doesn't want Errol Spence to become undisputed more than he wants to become undisputed at 47. Let me say it again. Bud doesn't want Errol Spence to become undisputed at 47 more than he wants to become undisputed at 47. And that's facts. Here we are. I saw a fire show yesterday. I'm not going to put a pronoun on it. But I saw a fire show yesterday. And the big talking point was 50-50, 50-50, 50-50. I'm like, why are we arguing 50-50? We can't tell, somebody can't tell me what I think I'm worth on my job and what I do, or what I do in business. You can't really tell me. The numbers would actually garner and dictate it. But what happens is, if I go out here in business and I bid on a job, or I give somebody a quote, and my numbers don't line up to the value, the perceived value that they bring to the table, I'm not going to get business. And what's going to have to happen is my price is going to have to be lowered until either the value of my business goes up, or the price that I'm charging goes down to a point to where the consumer perceives enough value in the exchange of that good or service. And right now it's looking like 3 belts to 1. All the heavy lifting was done at 47, but we still got these dumbass fans arguing whether or not Bud should get 50-50 in this fight.
I done tumbled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, those thunder and hail. That's bad. Only last week, I murdered a rock. I love you. Angela Stone, I fertilize a brick. That's bad. So me, I make medicine sick. Fast. Last night, I cut the light off in the bedroom, hit the switches in the bed before the room was dark. All you chumps are gonna bow when I whip him. All of you, I know you got him. I know you got him picked. But the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
When I was a casual, I thought as a casual, I spoke like a casual, and I looked at boxing like a casual. But when I became a hardcore, I put away all those casual things. This is Michael Rogers, and welcome to Bodywork Boxing.
Welcome back. It's Michael Rogers. Welcome to Bodywork Boxing. It's been 136 days of the making of this video, in which Errol Spence Jr. stopped your Dennis Ugas, hopped in the ring with his 3 straps, and called out Terrence Bud Crawford, saying that it's only 1 belt left. You know what time it is? Terrence Bud Crawford, I'm coming to take your shit. They put everybody in high alert. Oh, was Errol gonna do the call out? Was I, all this stuff. It's been 136 days. And I'm trying to take the approach that no news is good news. But as I look at it, man, I'm not sure. I'm not trying to be a knee-jerk reactionist. All I know is that it's been 136 days, and we waiting on Bud. Mind you, prior to Errol Spence fighting your Dennis Ugas, he had a lot of pressure. Oh man, Spence was gonna have to fight Boots, and Virgil was breathing down his neck, and then he gonna have to face Bud, and then you gotta go see Ugas, because Ugas just beat Pacquiao. It was all this energy for Errol. Not so much for Bud, because if you think about it, that was April 16th. Bud had a fight back in November. So that's 6 months right there where Bud had already fought back in November. This was spring when Errol fought. He didn't line up Boots. It wasn't the same energy for Boots. There was no demand for Boots to fight Bud, or for Bud to fight Boots, however you want to call it. But it was a lot of demand for Errol to fight him. And Errol said, I'll fight him. He said, He said, young lions hunt, so keep hunting. You gonna get your turn. And I think he was alluding to the fact that that's probably gonna happen at 154, but I'm gonna digress. But at that point in time, Bud actually had me give Boots a new name. Yeah, because I was calling Boots Candyman at the time. And then when Bud pulled that shenanigans and his fans, and you know, we didn't hear any energy towards Boots, you know, and we knew that Spence was locked up with Oogers, you know, Boots was crowned with the nickname Sasquatch Feet. Yes, Bud had Boots out here looking like Sasquatch Feet. It wasn't until recently till we finally heard Bud actually give Boots his props and say something like he would fight him and this and this and that. But I say all that to say this. The same kind of pressure we was putting on Errol is the same kind of pressure we needed to put on Bud. And right now, I would say the Bud versus Errol is probably more toxic than the Wilder Fury thing. Only reason why I would say that it's not as toxic because, you know, some of the Wilder Fury thing, you know, it would actually entice a little bit of racial tension. You know, so that's why I say that's a little bit worse because we don't need that. We in this sport and we love this sport because of what these boxers do inside the ring. But let me get to my point, man. I have my fingers crossed that Errol is actually going to fight Bud. You know, I haven't seen any news. You know, I'm trying to remain positive and say that no news is good news. But what I'm realizing is you might have to start calling me back in shorty. I'm back in shorty, you know what I'm saying? I think, you know, how I get my fans and how I get my likes and my views and, you know, my clicks or whatever, I'm back in shorty, man. I think I got the PBC model, man. I don't want I might get a little something on the front end, but my views, my likes, the points and everything I make, they all come on the back end because in real time, when I'm pointing things out, oh, you a hater, and you're doing this, and you're doing that, and all this whining and crying. But on the back end, months later, I'm right. But see, some of the other content creators out here making these videos and talking all these talking points, they get theirs on the front end. They get theirs off of the salationists, the lies, the stuff that they, you know, just run with. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just put the name in the title. See, now it's considered, now if you put a pronoun on it, then it's already been proven. I've already been proven that if I put a pronoun on it, the minute I put a pronoun on it, I got 7,000 views. My biggest videos was when I put a pronoun on it and I got 7,000 views. And I don't like doing it. But at the present time, I was a hater when I did it. I'm still getting people. Now in the first week it was 3,000. The first week I put it out. Current today, there's over 7,000 people that done watched that video. Now, you like, Mike, well, where are you going with this? I'm getting there. I'm getting there. What I'm saying is, it's easy to get the likes and the clicks and the views when you put a pronoun on it. And you're dealing in salaciousness and gossip and drama. But when you being real, oh yeah. Yeah, because truth is the new hate. So, you can easily put a pronoun on it and get all these likes, clicks, and views. You can easily put a pronoun on it and push narratives the way these people like to do. I decided I don't want to grow my channel in that way. But I just find it odd that how, when it comes to certain boxes, I pretty much stick to what I know, stick to what can be proven, and I use some critical analysis before I come out and you gonna make a point. My point is this: I've been telling y'all that when it comes to Bud this is what it is. Bud doesn't want Errol Spence to become undisputed more than he wants to undisputed at 47. And that's facts. You know, here we are. You know, I saw a fire show yesterday. I'm not gonna put a pronoun on it, but I saw a fire show yesterday, and the big talking point was 50-50, 50-50, 50-50. I'm like, why are we arguing 50-50? You know, we can't tell, somebody can't tell me what I think I'm worth on my job and what I do, or what I do in business. You can't really tell me. The numbers would actually garner and dictate it. But what happens is, if I go out here in business and I bid on a job, or I give somebody a quote, and my numbers don't line up to the value, that the perceived value that they bring to the table, I'm not gonna get business. And what's gonna have to happen is my price is gonna have to be lowered until either the value of my business goes up, or the price that I'm charging goes down to a point to where the consumer perceives enough value in the exchange of that good or service. And right now it's looking like 3 belts to 1. All the heavy lifting was done at 47, but we still got these dumbass fans arguing whether or not Bud should get 50-50 in this fight. And that's not something for me to argue. Instead of me looking at 50-50 per se, I'm going to say Bud is looking at his biggest payday today and his biggest fight today. That's what Errol Spence is bringing to the table. His biggest payday and the biggest fight. What more can you ask? Let everybody else tell you already Hall of Famer. It's just one of them perception versus reality conversations. And I was telling you guys, because I stopped doing videos about Bud a while ago. It's been a while ago. I said that, you know, his fans and how he moves and acts outside of the ring is triggering and it's toxic for boxing. And at the present time, I was perceived as a hater. That video didn't get a lot of views, but now everybody's coming around to those same talking points. That's why I call myself back in short. Anyways, man, I hope they saying that this fight is going to happen sometime. I don't even want to even put something out there. You know, as far as when they're saying it's going to happen this year. I got my fingers crossed. I like Bud inside the ring. You know, I think that he's very, very skilled. You know, and this is perhaps the best fight that can be made in boxing. I think that the shine or the shimmer to it, and as time go by, you know, fights peak. Things peak, you know, and there's two ends of a peak. It's the peak that was the uprise of the peak, and then there's the fall of the peak. And right now we might be at the very peak, but I'm starting to hear a lot of people saying, you know what, I don't give a fuck. So I think that, man, we might be coming down the other side of the mountain, the windward side of the mountain when it comes to this fight. I'm just excited to see it, man. You know, we all believe we know who's going to win. You know, I'm picking Errol. You know, that's one of my guys. I think that this is a good competitive fight, and I want to see it. I want to know what you think. I want to know what you think about it. There's no news, good news, because I'm not a knee-jerk reactionist. And I'm not going to comment or say certain things about certain fighters based on the he say, she say, all that stuff. You know, I just want to see the fight.
I love you,
That's it, that's all. But it's been 136 days and not a word from you. Anyways, man, I you know, I just wanted to make a video about this topic, man, and see, engage, man. What are your interests in this fight right now? And how do you feel about Bud? It's been 136 days and no signature, no fight announcement. It kind of like seemed like there's really no pressure. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for all my likes, all my subscribes, all my views. Here at Body Work Boxing, where we don't take things for face value. We do that body work.
All right. I believe you. my tummy, don't. Get down on your knees and tell me you love me.
My word, and I do what I do. He knows what I'm about to tell him right now. It's Mr. Keep running your mouth. That's what I do.
I just feel like I'm the champ, and at the end of the day, I'm just a fighting motherfucker. It doesn't matter. Inside, outside, I can just fight. So I just feel like if it gets down to the wire, and we gotta lock it up, I'm out on top.
Hey, look, as you can see how I'm looking, I stay solid. I'm always solid. I stay fuck solid up, right? You know what I'm saying? To the fans and all.
Do that job outside the ring. I'm a fighter. Like I said before, ain't no safety on the clock, so I'm gonna